The Israel Defense Forces reported that a unit from its Bislamak brigade was patrolling Tal al-Sultan, an area in Rafah, on Wednesday, October 16, 2024. 3 militants were identified and engaged by Israeli troops as they attempted to move from one building to another, firing back at the patrolling forces whenever possible. The patrolling tanks and the fighting vehicles fired shells at the buildings, destroying both structures. It wasn't until Thursday morning, October 17, when a DNA test confirmed that one of the militants was Yahya Sinwar, the elusive military commander. We will also explore in detail 2 possible scenarios, how he was eliminated, all covered in the videos ahead. At 10 o'clock in the morning on Wednesday, October 16th, a soldier from the battalion of the Bislamak Brigade noticed a suspicious figure moving in and out of a building in Rafah's Sultan neighborhood. The soldier immediately informed the battalion commander, who assessed the situation. After evaluating the threat, the commander gave the order to open fire on the structure. The gunfight with the militants inside the building were relentless and not surrendering. Around 3 o'clock in the evening, a drone identified 3 individuals attempting to exit the building and move from house to house, using the structures as cover. 2 of these figures moved in front of the IDF line of fire to protect the 3rd figure. This in turn cleared the path for the 3rd individual, who was Sinwar, a high-value target which the IDF didn't know. The situation involved 2 key buildings. Building A is one where Sinwar's bodyguards had taken up positions, and the other structure B to which Sinwar moved. It was at this moment that the IDF forces targeted both buildings. They first opened fire on the structure where the bodyguards were positioned, using machine gun fire to neutralize the threat and clear a path. The operation accidentally isolated Sinwar, who had relocated to the 2nd building. As the situation unfolded, the IDF tanks, shell, and ground forces coordinated their efforts. After firing on the 1st building, they reloaded and redirected their fire towards the 2nd building where Sinwar had taken cover. Sinwar moved to the 2nd floor of this building in an attempt to evade capture. A tank then fired another shell, hitting the building, while an infantry platoon moved up to secure and search the area. During their approach, Sinwar threw 2 grenades at the advancing soldiers. One grenade exploded, forcing the soldiers to retreat temporarily for their safety. It was this moment. A drone was then deployed to survey the room. It spotted a man with an injured arm and a covered face, identified as Sinwar. As the drone hovered, Sinwar threw a wooden stick at it in an attempt to disable the device. In response, the IDF forces fired another tank shell at Sinwar's location, ensuring they maintained control of the situation. It was at this moment the whole building was partially destroyed and the figure was crushed by the rubbles. This is scenario 2. In the south of Gaza, the IDF deployed a significant number of Namur infantry fighting vehicles in the operation. These vehicles were equipped with high-caliber guns and missiles mounted on their tops, allowing for both heavy firepower and precision strikes. According to reports from an IDF soldier, the forces targeted the building where Sinwar was believed to be hiding. They launched a missile from one of the Namur IFVs, striking the structure with huge explosion. To verify the success of the strike, the IDF then deployed a drone to inspect the aftermath and confirm whether Sinwar had been killed. On Wednesday, October 16th, the troops were unaware that the individual they were targeting was Sinwar himself. When the drone entered the demolished building, it captured footage of a man with his face covered, but did not know he was a high-value target. In response, the IDF directed additional fire at his location. This concentrated fire ultimately eliminated Sinwar. It wasn't until the next day, Thursday, October 17th, when IDF soldiers arrived on the scene, that they confirmed the identity of the individual killed as Sinwar. The soldier reporting the event noted that this confirmation was based on visual inspection, once they were physically at the site. However, out of caution, the troops suspected that the building might have been booby-trapped. To avoid any casualties from potential explosives, they chose not to remove the corpse immediately. Instead, they retrieved a part of Sinwar's finger and sent it to Israel for DNA testing to confirm his identity. Later that same day, after conducting thorough checks and ensuring the area was safe from any remaining threats or traps, the IDF managed to extract Sinwar's body. The remains were then transported to Israel for further examination and handling.